you know, what I was going through with my neck, because I think for me it was so my high school experience was a lot of neck cracking, and then also studying. So you sit and, you know, your neck's bent a certain way. I feel like maybe to some extent the pillow might have been an issue, which I definitely need to look into to this very day. So that was a lot of to do with my neck. The whole time I used to think it was because I had a long neck, remember? And then you were like, no, because every time you, Simon, you say you have a long neck, you do this. Oh, I've got a long neck. Normal people's necks just go like this. And also, I'm from the generation where the mobile phone started coming up. So very quickly I started doing this on buses and trains, you know, half an hour one at this, you know, always having one sitting a certain way with my neck just always cranked wrong. What like I remember the exercise, you gave me a few exercises to do, and because after meeting you, my understanding, because for a long time I was very worried, like this was it, like I was going to need surgery or something was permanently wrong with me. Those were the two thoughts. Like my neck always hurts. Sometimes I wake up and it hurt so much, and other times it wouldn't as much, and I would always be cracking it and stuff. But then meeting you, my understanding was, well, you said things like, you know, the body doesn't, I think, make wrong movements or anything like that. I don't remember the association because it was something you said, but ultimately the idea is that rehab was the solution. Doing these exercises to promote the movement of things that don't move, so that they build up and they get stronger.
Yeah, so one of the things I said, and it's important to note, when people say my neck is in a bad position or the pillow puts my neck out of place or this is an unsafe posture to be in, no, that's not true. There's no unsafe movement or position to be in for the body. Anyone can do anything they want with their body. With the making sure that their muscles or tissue is capable of doing it. If their body is prepared for that movement or that posture, then they'll be able to do it, no problems. Yeah. Now for you, if you go back to what we were saying, you have long durations of being in one position at work, then long durations of being in another position during traveling on the phone. You've adapted to being in that position.
That angle.
Exactly right. Take you out of that position, you're no longer stable, you're very weak. So the muscles have to work extra hard in that position. When something works very hard or for a long time, what happens? So say this bottle of water, I hold it up. 1 minute is fine. 30 minutes, what's going to happen?
Your arm's going to get tired.
Exactly. Fatigue. That's
or maybe not your arm. You've been going gym, bro. I don't know. Bro, you might be 3 hours, bro.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, how long do you sit at an office or at your desk?
Honestly, bro, I can go for hours. Like, realistically, besides getting up to go toilet and prepare food and eat, I'll sit there like, well, let's say 10 to 6:30, right? Take out the breaks, 4 or 5 hours.
Yep. So 4 or 5 hours, your shoulders have to hold up your neck. Yep. You're telling me about a bottle of water. A bottle of water is only, 500 grams or something.
Yeah.
Right? Your head is about 3-4 kilos. And that's got to be held up by all these small muscles like around
10 kilos. I got a lot of brain.
Big head.
Dickhead.
But that's the thing, right? All these tiny little muscles have to hold up a structure. If they're not adapted to doing so, then they will fatigue. And once you're fatigued, you'll stiffen up, you'll feel limitation, you'll start to feel pain. And that's just the response your body's saying to the certain adaptation you've had. And when you're out of that position, your body doesn't like it. So all those pains, those clicking and whatnot, it's a result of that. Okay, so sustained positions. But what if we got you to adapt out of that? We got you to move move those weak muscles, allow the tensed up, stiff muscles that have worked too hard for too long, allow them to relax. Now you have more balance around all the muscles in your neck. For example, we're just talking about your neck, but this is your whole body. It can be any part of your body. If we allow us to fix the weaknesses, it allows the stiffness and the stiff tissue or the overloaded tissue to relax. They're now unloaded. Now it's more balanced. Same deal with your neck. Your muscles are more balanced. You feel like you have a better posture. Mechanically, you're in a better alignment. I wouldn't say the word alignment, but you're in a position that's more comfortable.
Okay. Well, but what you were mentioning there about being more relaxed, relaxed meaning more balanced, right?
Yep.
But how does that accommodate for the strength that you haven't built up?
Okay. So when you're in a position that feels more relaxed, what's happening is all the muscles are loaded more evenly. The weight is distributed evenly, right? So that allows none of your muscles to overwork, all your muscles to be at a certain level of engagement that's comfortable, and it doesn't get to the threshold of pain or stiffness.
It's like a reset.
Almost, yeah.
But then, obviously, I mean, it doesn't seem like a long-term fix just getting the reset done. It feels like that's when all the strengthening needs to come in.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a level of that.
There are certain muscles, let's just say, this one's overworked. This is the threshold of balance. Balance. Or this one applies this much weight. This one applies this much weight.
Yep.
This one's been doing way too much work, and this one has not done any work at all.
Yep.
When we learn to strengthen this up to here, okay, you already passed that.
I'll just say higher because it's for people who might just be listening to audio.
Yeah, that's right.
So this is
higher. Now you've gone past that threshold where you're too weak. But this one can now take weight, so this one doesn't have to. It can now come down and relax.
Yep. That's where the balance happens.
That's right.
And that's where it's set up to.
Yeah. So say, let's use the water bottle example again. I'm carrying this up with one arm.
Yep.
All of a sudden, I get other hand. Now I have twice the amount of muscle to carry the same bottle.
Yep.
I can do it for twice as long.
Yep.
So the exact same thing.
As opposed to before, when you weren't in a correct position, you weren't only able to hold it with one side because the other side, it was there, wasn't working though.
Now these analogies are about muscles. Okay, so I'm using an arm, but imagine the arm was a muscle holding up a head. Yeah. So say one of your neck muscles here holding up your whole head. Just for example, we distribute that weight evenly, front, back, left, right. Your head is now comfortable. No dramas. You can move all the way around because nothing's stiff. It's not restricting you. You're not feeling fatigued. You're not feeling pain anywhere. So that's how that rehab comes in.
So with all that, taking that on mind, we also take into account that the other issue I had was my back. Yep. And that was correlated. It was an association of that because of one thing led to another.
Yeah.
What was happening there?
Okay. What we know is the body doesn't move isolated. It moves. If you say you move your arm, you move your shoulder, you move your elbow, you move your hand, right? What was happening there is your neck is connected to your shoulder, and your shoulder is connected to your arm. If your shoulder muscles are weak or not moving, you just haven't used them in a long time, the tension that you build up there carries over to your neck as well. So say you strengthen up your neck, you've now just eliminated or just dealt with the problems up here. But now you need to address the problems in your shoulder too, because they are the ones that provide the support. It's like the foundations of a house. You
so it
fix
wasn't
the
just
house,
my back,
but the
it was my shoulder
foundation's
as
still,
well.
Yeah, a bit sketchy. So we fixed that up. Now you have strong foundations, strong structures up here. No problems through and through. You can now, not only did you just fix your neck, but you also improved your shoulder quality. So now you'll find that you're stronger in your arms. You can throw better or move better, climb better, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why obviously when I'd come into training, I'd come out with a lot more, I suppose, pain and aching, residual pain and aching based on training. But yeah, once, the body movements happen a lot better, things start supporting, that's when I feel less of that pain. That kind of pain, it's not workout pain. It's more like, you've you just put something in the wrong position. Your body's moved the wrong position, and now you're in pain.